Hello guys, and welcome back to another video. And happy Halloween. This is a Halloween special. And you know what the scariest thing is? Talking about such an obscure topic that your video is completely doomed and your video ratings are, you're going to get a 10 out of 10. Like, it's just going to be shit. Nobody's going to view the video. Scariest thing ever for a YouTuber. So you might be wondering, who's Mutsumi? What's the mystery? Well, she is a somewhat obscure character, but a relevant character from Bang Dream It's My Go, which is a girls band anime that nobody talks about, because I can't talk about the popular things, of course. It's honestly, I think, one of the best, I think the definitive best girls band anime. Sorry not sorry, every other fans of all the ones that are significantly more popular like Bocchi the Rock and Girls Band Cry. This one's the best one. Suck it. Anyways, going on, one of the things about this show that I think makes it stand out is that it has very good mystery elements. There's so many good hooking elements from the show on mystery, which usually these shows are a lot more just drama and all that, and the show is amazing for its drama, but it has a lot of mystery elements that keep you hooked in, and I think that's an impressive thing to balance with the drama. Now, Mutsumi kind of is just a standout character when it comes to mystery within the show, even though she's not even that prevalent of an element within the series. She only has about 12 minutes of screen time and only 19 lines to her name. It's not a lot, but I'm telling you, there is a lot of substance in there. I thought this would be a good Halloween special as it's very cryptic in a way. This character is a very cryptic character. Ave Mujica, their band, is very cryptic. Going on that mystery element, they are doing a very cryptic style, and if you watch their trailers, they are eerie. They are very eerie trailers that you would not expect from a series that initially had just very cutesy characters doing cute girls doing cute things. I really love this series, and I'm expecting so much from Ave Mujica when it comes out. And I think a puzzle to solving all these things, all these mysteries that come with the show, is really analyzing this side character Mutsumi. My first watch, I'm like, okay, she's there, she's a character, she exists. But on the second watch, and I think any subsequent watch, she's a character you really look out for because she spells out a lot of things for you in a very surprising way. And paying close attention just to her gives you a lot of key details. And I think deciphering certain things that are still a mystery of her character are the key to really understanding what's really happening throughout the series. But like, to get into it, at her first big performance of Ave Mujica, they have all the names that are given to the characters, their stage name to a degree. Her name is Mortis, and they preface that with "I do not fear death." It is the most cryptic one because I don't know what death and her attachment to it stands for, compared to other characters where you might be able to make some guesses on what's going on with them. Kind of like a Mortis, who is "I do not fear love." She's a media influencer who probably were going to comment, going to look deeper into her and understand that most of her relationships are a very superficial business type of thing. There's no really strong, lively connections. I think that is the conflict in which they're going to talk about. I feel there is a lot we can still try to take away from all the hints they've given us, and Mutsumi is the pretty much given so many hints, so many small little things that are so big within the scheme of the series. To speak on some important moments that have already kind of shown themselves, there's a scene in episode 2 where Sakiko and Mutsumi meet up at a coffee shop. This is a very clear thing in retrospect, but there are the particular lines of "I didn't tell anybody," and Soyo is worried about you. She wants to stop by your house. And knowing the events that happened in Ave Mujica, yeah, pretty dead giveaway. It doesn't spell it out clearly and without any of the context, and honestly having a lot of false flags showing up throughout episode 3 that would signal, otherwise. You're not really drawing attention to that big thing that Mutsumi is just like, yeah. She wants to show up at your house. It is a bit more blunt when you look back at that scene, but it was smart. I didn't pick up on it. I was surprised when we figured out where Sakiko lives now. That shit surprised the fucking hell out of me. And clearly, if you look at Mutsumi more, she spells shit out quite fucking clearly. I think a lot more other things are definitely a little bit more subtle, and I don't think we can get some huge breakaways, especially with how little lines that she really gets throughout the series. But there's a couple more interesting moments that I sure want to talk about. The biggest one, which is her literal first line in the series, the kind of like big shocking one of that episode, the "I never wanted to be in this band, I never liked it." And she says this, kind of just nonchalantly, while everyone's like, "Oh shit, is everything breaking up?" And she says that, and with her deadpan response, you don't know what to take from it initially. You're like, oh, okay. You might take it seriously, just because the nuance of that scene. But of course, that line gets brought up again. You go through a flashback through the whole series of events, and I'll talk about that more once we get to it. But we repeat this line again, and with the context, you can kind of say, I don't think she's being truthful there. What does she mean by saying that? What is she getting out by saying that? That is still a mystery that I think is yet to be solved, and you really just have to make theories on what her overall desire was when saying that line. And it's literally one of the quickest lines that is brought up in like 3 minutes. It's a mystery that's still unsolved, yet it's something so strong within the series that really draws you to it. I'm very excited to learn what the possible true intentions were when she said something, because I think we'll have it spilled out. But for things we can actually dig a little bit more on and make some more cases, let's talk about the episode 3 flashback. Through it, we can actually tell a lot from her body language in this. So, if you really just pay attention to her, you're not looking for dialogue, you're not looking for lines, just paying attention to the body language compared to other parts in the series, you can kind of tell that there's something different. She's looking down through pretty much all of the scene. She looks at Sakiko when they get off the stage and everyone's excited. She's the only one who isn't excited, and she doesn't just speak it clearly like Soyo does in episode 7. She keeps to herself. I would say that, yes, there is something off, and they've been very smart about how they posture the character. She's been very good with body language thus far. You can see the similar downward look is very common with every scene that she has with Soyo, uncomfortably talking, and, with her trying to bring up Sakiko and try to stitch the band back together when it clearly isn't time to try to stitch that thing back together. We get that key that, when she's uncomfortable with something, she's looking down, and we go into this flashback, and she's generally, more straightforward looking all the time. And then once we get to that point, she's then looking down during the performance and when she gets off stage. And when she gets off stage and Sakiko comments on what Mutsumi's doing, she just looks at Sakiko. She doesn't look at Tamori at all. She just looks at Sakiko, looks down, that's it. Never addresses our main character, doesn't address anyone she doesn't have to besides Sakiko. She looks at her and then looks down. And I think it tells a lot. I think if I want to be a little theory crafter, I feel Mutsumi clearly knows more than possibly Sakiko in this situation. Or at least Sakiko is really hiding a bunch of things that are happening within her life, and Mutsumi being actually a more transparent character than we really give her credit for kind of is showing it that, she is uncomfortable that she really has to put face in front of other people, with Sakiko, trying to be all happy and stuff when hard things are happening in her life. With the last line, the most blunt line that really shows a lot of character motivation, and the line that makes you probably pay attention about Mutsumi, finally at episode 13, the last episode. I'll join your band because I see that you're breaking apart, Sakiko. That line was so great. I'm not paid up the fair attention to Mutsumi at this point. I kind of thought she was a little bit oddball, but I was open to seeing where the character goes. But with that kind of one line, it's like, oh, there's definitely something more to her there. They're planning out more with her character. She has this care. for her, and she sees someone who she values as a friend, and she's like, you are on a self-destructive path, and I will stay with you. I will honestly help you with these goals, just because I want to try and be there to try and help you through these situations. And I feel, once we get into Ave Mujica, she's probably going to be manipulated and used. So kind of a tragic story, but that line really made me pay attention to the character. I liked making this video just to comment on how you can do so much with a character that does so little. Only 12 minutes of screen time throughout the whole show, really not a lot, and they're able to do so much with her character. It is very impressive, and with a character who doesn't speak much, they were able to make me care a whole damn lot. And you should clearly take some notes, because you can say so much without doing stuff. This attention to detail is given to very little shows, so I really have to appreciate what they did with this, and I'm trying to hype up the Ave Mujica release. But that was the Mutsumi Mystery. Hopefully, to the 5 people who actually understand all this gibberish about Bang Dream MyGO, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope to have some theory crafters in the comments, but if you are somebody who has not even watched Bang Dream MyGO and just heard me ramble, thank you for watching this special. And hope you liked and enjoyed. I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.